I've been on over 800 first dates. And there's a couple things that I've learned from this experience that I really want to share with you. Now, you may be like, why have you been over 800 dates? That's a red flag. What are you doing? Right? Now, I just want you to know that this is intentional. This is something I wanted to do for myself. And I really wanted to understand how dating works, and it's something I wanted to master. Now, here's a couple things that I learned from dating experience. The first thing I learned is that dating for men and dating for women are two different things. Let me explain. When a man says that he's dating and he's ready to date, what he's saying is that he is ready to take his time and his money to then invest into, this is going to be in a heterosexual dynamic. He's going to invest into a woman, and he's going to use his time and money investment into this woman to get the things that he wants from a woman. When a woman says that she is dating, what she is saying is that she's going to take your time and your resources, and she's just allowing you to spend your time and your resources on her. So she's now putting herself out there and allowing you to spend your time and your resources on her. She's giving you the opportunity to do so. So that's what dating means for men and for women. And I think it's really important to understand that. My second point is dating someone you met online versus dating someone you met in person is always going to be completely different. Now, let me give you a story. I saw this woman on a dating app. Beautiful fucking woman, right? She was in one of the in the special categories where it's like these are the high profile women that you need to pay for, and you need to send them a heart or a rose in order to get their attention. So she's in this realm, right? And I'm like, yo, I'm not gonna pay to talk to this girl or even get the opportunity to get the chance to get in line to possibly talk to this girl, right? I was like, it's not worth it, but she is beautiful, and I am acknowledging that she is beautiful. Couple weeks go by, I don't even know how long, right? But I'm at my job, I'm a server, I'm a bartender, and this woman walks into the bar. She sits down in front of the bar. And I'm like, you look familiar. Where have I seen you before? And I can't put my finger on it. But we're flirting. We're having a genuine conversation. We're having a good time. I'm making her drinks. I'm serving her, right? When I give her her check, she's already been feeling the energy. She gives me her number. She puts it right there, right? She's like, we should get to meet each other sometime. And I was like, hey, well, you might as well put an extra little tip on there, and I'll reach out to you. And so she understood exactly what I meant. So she put the tip there, and she put her phone number there. And I'm like, why did this chick seem so familiar? I go home. I open up my dating app. I look at the chicks you got to pay for. There she was in the high category. Now, why is this story important, right? The story is important because this woman, I could have met her on the dating app. I could have paid for the opportunity to get into a line to possibly talk to her. But I didn't. And I ended up meeting her in person because of the certain social circles I was around and she's around. And so meeting someone online and meeting someone versus in person is always going to be different. Is one better than the other? I think so. Other people have different opinions. Other people have huge different opinions, but I personally think meeting someone in person is better than meeting someone online, or at least using that online experience very quickly to get to an in-person experience. But be careful when you're dealing with people who just only date online, because what that creates is that it's this person who needs to see every single data point about somebody before they interact with them. In real life, you interact off of energy, not off of data points. You get what I'm trying to say? You meet the person, you enjoy that person's energy. You're like, wow, this is really great. Or you don't, right? The thing with dating online is that you're matching based off of data points, and there's a possibility that you may like each other, even to the point where they have to meet you. You may talk to someone for 2 weeks and then go meet up with them on a date, right? And then they're meeting you on that date. It's like the first time they've ever seen you because it's the first time they've ever interacted with you. This is really the first time they've ever seen you. But for 2 weeks, you were talking to this person. This is fundamentally different than what we experience naturally. This is a big fundamental shift. The fact that you can talk to someone for several days before even meeting them physically. We didn't have this before. Before you had to, in order to write someone a letter to a certain extent, right? You needed to be able to get their contact information, understand who they were, feel their energy of some type of way, and then you were able to send that letter to them. Now you can just meet someone based off an image, be sending letters and messages back and forth, and never truly meet that person. So this is something to consider when you meet someone online versus when you meet someone in person. They already met you. The first date was when you met. That's something I've learned. The first date is when you meet. Use that information how you want to use it. The third thing I learned are no free dates. Now, I did just say that the first time you meet someone, it is a first date. To say you guys just met and like it's random and yeah, you didn't technically spend any money for sure. But what is time? Time is money, and money is time. So if you're spending your time on a woman, you're basically spending money on her. Women will extract money out of you. Women always want to do things. Because women want to do things, you need to spend time doing those things. And typically, when you're spending that time, you're also spending money doing those things. So it's just the way it is. Time is money, and money is time. And women will take both your money and your time. There are no free dates. The fourth thing I learned is that there are a couple reasons to date. There are more than one reason to date. You can date for marriage, which is typically what people know of. You can date for fun, get your rocks off in some type of way. But you can also date for social advancement. Let me give you a story. So, on a dating app, and I see this woman on the dating app, and she's like, hey, I'm on this app looking to get a job. She's on this dating app saying, I'm looking to get a job. Her whole thing is just saying, da 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 da, like not accepting dates unless they're offers, da da, all this stuff. But she's essentially soliciting a job, and she probably put her settings into men who can employ her. I think she was looking to become an assistant of some sorts, and she's using a dating app to do that. Now, for when women date, they typically date using this strategy to move up in social status, right? Now, why is that important? Because as men, this is something we can actually do, right? We can use dating to move up in social status. My father wasn't in my life a lot, but there are specific things that he taught me fairly young that still pertain and help me today. And one of the things that he taught me was that the only reason you should marry a woman is if she brings you peace. You want to get two out of these three things. If she gives you peace, she is a financial asset, meaning she adds money to your pockets rather than takes money from your pockets. Or three, she helps you move up in social status. So that third one is interesting, right? Because you can date as a man to move up in social status. Before, I previously said women cost money. So you're making this investment. So while you're making this investment, you might as well be moving up in social status and developing. No? So when we say, can you date while you're broke? Yes. Because if you date while you're broke the correct way, you can actually leverage this woman to help move you to a different level, right? So it is somewhat of a double standard. Like if a woman does this and she gets a breadwinner guy and he helps level her up, that's like, oh yeah, you go, girl. But then if a guy gets this breadwinner girl and she levels him up, he may be looked at as a womanizer. He may be looked at as a bum. I don't know. But truthfully, when you look at it objectively, you're providing something to this woman. It's reciprocal energy. She's giving it back. And she's at a higher level than you are. And she recognizes that she's at a higher level and she wants to help you get onto her level. So she's more than happy to do this and support you through this love and also through financial, personal, whatever it is. Maybe something as simple as like you're getting a new apartment and she's a co-signer because she has better credit than you on that apartment. Maybe she helps you purchase this car that you need to get to your job because she got an extra grand and it's nothing to her for that extra grand. So you can date to meet women in higher social classes that can help you out as a man to level up respectfully. Respectfully. You get what I'm trying to say? Not womanize. Okay? You're respectfully coming into this like, hey, I'm meeting you where I'm at. I care about you, but this is where I'm at. And I'm trying to get to here. And I notice that you're here. And I'm attracted to that. Because here's the thing, right? We live in a world right now where women make more than men. Historically, disproportionately different than it's ever been, right? It's also harder to make money. It's harder to keep money, right? Things are more expensive, right? So the man isn't as economically powerful as he used to be. When we look at the markets, the women have a lot of the economic power. So doesn't it make sense as a man to be like, oh, this is the landscape that we live in. I'm trying to get my shit together. I'm trying to level up my shit. You can help me with that. And I could be the man in your life that you're looking for. Because she's looking for a man. She's looking for someone who's going to take care of her. She's looking for someone who's going to embrace her and her femininity. And her femininity looks like someone who's got more money right now. And she cares for the people in her life. And she uses that money to help the people in her life. You see what I'm getting at? You're really just understanding where we're at right now in the 21st century. You're understanding where you're at right now. And you're working with that, okay, to level up. Thank you for joining me. My name's Tito O. I hope this helped you out in some type of way. Stay tuned for the next video. All right. Peace, gentlemen.